There is so much to know. You're just gonna walk, but get really comfortable riding your board. I had to do it. Hey guys, I'm super excited to teach you today how to skate for beginners. Oops, we can't start it like that. What was I thinking? My name is Aaron Cairo. I'm a sponsored skateboarder from the San Francisco Bay Area. And today, I'm gonna teach you how to skate for beginners. Okay, so I think this is pretty interesting because 2020 is pretty much the worst year ever. Can we all agree that it's just, wow, what is happening? We got all these lockdowns and viruses and wow, it's wild and crazy and the economy, wow, 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 wow. But there are some silver linings in all of the crazy madness, and one of the things that I think has been happening that's super, super cool is a lot of people are finding their love for skateboarding for the very first time. A lot of new people are learning how to skateboard. I know this because I get tagged in these messages that people are starting these TikToks and saying, I'm gonna learn one trick every day, and other people are saying, I found skateboarding and it's helping with my anxiety. It is, it does, it helps with everything. It's amazing because there's so much to learn. So with all that being said, let's do everything we can to enjoy the world of skateboarding, and I'm gonna do my very best to explain to you right here and right now how to skateboard for beginners. Yes, we have made this video before, but this is the 2020 version. We're getting, you know, how to skate for beginners in your garage. The first thing you need to know on learning how to skateboard is that this is the board, and these are wheels, and those wheels roll. And when you first step on a board, it's gonna roll away from you. So you need to practice and you need to understand what's happening here, and you need to understand your weight distribution and where you're going and how that's gonna work, and you need to not fall. It would be ideal if you're learning how to skateboard and you don't fall. However, that's kind of like saying learn how to cook and never make a bad meal, which is literally impossible. If you've ever had my cooking, you know all the meals are bad. I'm a terrible cook. But if you're learning how to skateboard, do everything you can to learn it correctly. If you learn it, this is one of those like weird things that people think, you can't skateboard, you'll break both your legs. It's true. If you skateboard and you learn how to do it incorrectly, you could get very injured. If you learn how to do it correctly, it's actually quite safe. And I will say in this video, and I do highly recommend you guys wear a helmet, elbow pads, knee pads, wrist guards, anything you think will help you to learn how to skateboard, do it. You're not lame, you're not a poser, you're not any of those things that you might think you are or that people might want to call you in whatever comments. Don't even bother. Just go through and learn how to skateboard and have fun. Skateboarding's for you, it's yours. So this is a piece of wood, it has grip tape on top. I'm gonna quickly go over the parts because if you're a brand new beginner skateboarder, you don't necessarily know all these parts or what they do or what they're for. So, to make things a little easier, yes, standard piece of wood, it's generally about anywhere from 7.75 or 7.5 inches wide all the way up to 8.5, or you could even probably find a 9-inch somewhere. But the regular general size is about 8.25 inches wide is probably your most common, or 8-inch wide. I think for a beginner skateboarder, an 8-inch wide is a pretty good size because it's not too wide and it's not too skinny. So to explain a little bit more about that and how it works is, if your board is too skinny, it's a very small platform to stand on, and that can make it more difficult to learn. If your board is too wide and you start getting into learning how to try, let's say, a kick flip, it can be hard to flip the board because it's just a lot of weight. So it's a personal thing, and it's you finding the correct board for you, and that might take some time. But to give you some examples, I wear a size 10 shoe, and I was skating for many years, I was skating an 8. I'm currently skating a 7.75 inch board, which is more what I skated when I was younger, so I went back to that, and I'm having a lot of fun, and I feel like I'm skating better on this skinnier board for me. So that's my personal preference. But you probably want at least an 8-inch board if you're a size 10 shoe, 9 shoe. And it's not totally based on your shoe size either. It could be your height. There's a lot of factors there. But some key things to understand is you want to get a good board that fits your width well enough. And if you're really tall, maybe go a little bit wider. The shorter you are, or even if you're really tall, this is another key point that I want you to think with in learning how to skate. Bend your knees. The lower you are to the ground, the closer you are to the ground. And when you fall, you're not you fall from 6 feet, you're like that. You're bending down, you fall from 3 feet. It's almost like you're sitting down. Another just key point. So that's on the board, that's the width. The basic thing on the trucks is you want them to fit the width of your board more or less. They don't have to fit perfectly, but if your trucks are the same size as your board, that does help. Pretty much any standard wheels, you're gonna do fine. The trucks, you want some decent quality trucks. This thing right here in the middle is called the bushing, and this bolt right here is called the kingpin, this bolt with the nut on top. So when you're standing on your board and you're leaning back and forth, this kingpin and the bushing squish back and forth. So that makes your board turn left to right. You could, when you get the brand new board or whatever you're starting with, that could be either too loose or too tight. So to loosen or tighten that up, you just move this bolt. So move it around, stand on it, turn back and forth, and then do it again. One thing to understand is the more I talk about this video, I thought, wow, this could be a really fast video. And then I'm starting to think, there is so much to know. I could make like a whole video series, and maybe I will. When your wheel, if your trucks are too loose, meaning that nut is too loose, your wheel bends, it will touch your board. You can even see here, the paint is rubbed off. That is from my wheel touching my board. It's called wheel bite, and your wheel will touch the board and stop rolling, and then that'll make you fall. So you can't have your trucks too loose. You also don't want your trucks so tight that you can't turn or adjust on the board, because it will help you to have some give back and forth like that. So remember that, it's a key point. So that's the basics of the board. Now you got the board, you understand the bearings are just these ball bearings on the inside. Those are what make the wheels roll. Nice fast bearings are good, fine. If you're starting to learn how to skate, you might even want not so fast bearings because you don't want the thing to push out from underneath you, right? So good, that's the basics of the board. Now here we are. You're going to start riding the board. This is the very first thing that you're going to learn. Now this, I'm gonna make it as simple as possible, is the same, basically the same as walking. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna put your foot straight on that board and your other foot off the board, and you're just gonna walk. Just give it a walk. And don't even try and put both feet on yet, just walk around. And for anybody who's been watching my videos for a while, they know this saying, get comfortable on your board, guys. I'm telling you, get comfortable on your board. It's so true. This is the part that people skip the most. They want to go straight to tricks, but get very, very, very comfortable riding your board. So you're gonna put your foot straight, you're gonna push. Once you're comfortable with that, then you're gonna throw your back foot on the board. And when you throw your back foot on the board, it's gonna be kind of awkward to keep that foot position because your front foot is straight. So you're gonna simply put your back foot on the board and then turn your front foot. And now you're in the position of riding the board. You're good, you're golden. It's go time, it's time to go. Once you get there, you're good. Now, you just simply repeat that step. Take your back foot off, turn your front foot on that board, give it another push, put your back foot back on, turn your front foot back. Because when you're standing on the board, you're standing like this. Your shoulders are parallel to that board, and you're going like that. You're not standing like this, or sideways, or perpendicular to the board. You're standing straight in line with the board and rolling. So the key is, how do you push like that and then stand straight and then roll and get a good push? And you want to do this. Once you learn this part, spend time here, spend time. Skate everywhere. The more comfortable you are with the board, the better you're going to learn tricks, the easier the tricks are gonna come, and it's all gonna be that ground basis. You've seen some guys that they could even do some pretty incredible tricks. It's almost like they do a kick flip and then they land and they're very shaky on their land. It's because they're not super comfortable riding their board, and it's that ground basic level. It's like when you learn how to do math, you learn how to add and subtract and very, very basic things first before you get into like long division. You don't want to get into long division before you know how to add and subtract. It's the same with skateboarding. Don't get into learning how to kick flip before you're really, really good and comfortable riding that board. I think I've said it in this this video alone like 100 times. I've said it in all my videos probably like 10,000 times. But that's okay, because we're teaching the whole world how to skate, and it all starts with beginners. Another key few things that I want to point out for beginners is don't worry about what people are going to say about you. You can post your skateboarding on the internet and people will say stuff. People have been saying mean stuff about me my entire life, literally. And I don't think that's going to stop, and it only gets worse. The more videos and the bigger we grow in teaching the skateboarding, it only gets worse and worse. So just get used to it, but it's going to happen to everybody. So don't be like, somebody made fun of my trick, now I'm going to quit. Rather, use that as fuel to work even harder. Be like, oh, somebody said I suck at skateboarding. Well, let me get better at skateboarding, and let me use that as more motivation to work harder at it, to skate more, to put in more time on that board. Because like I said earlier, you may have heard it, but get really comfortable riding your board. I had to do it. Somebody made a meme about that the other day, and I thought it was so cool. That is the basic of riding your board. It's really just learning that simple, put your front foot forward, push, put your back foot on the board, and then put your foot back. I'll show you this many times so you guys can see, and you guys can go through the steps. You can learn this practice step. I feel like anyone who can stand on their own 2 feet and are somewhat coordinated can ride a skateboard. But start going very slow. If you don't want to start moving, then don't start moving. Go into a crack or go into the grass. That will help you. Or learn on your carpet and just get comfortable standing on your board in that position before you even start to roll. It's amazing. You see some of these videos on the internet where somebody stepped on a board and rolled down a hill and then up a ramp and totally fell really hard. Well, look, that's not where you learn how to skate. You learn how to skate on the carpet, on a pure flat surface where it's safe and you have your protective gear and everything's okay. That's where you learn. I love that Andy Anderson wears a helmet because he says this thing where it takes away the fear factor and you can just concentrate on learning from your skateboard and mastering the board itself, which is super cool. So do not listen to the haters. Do your thing. Learn how to skate. I got your back. I know you can learn how to do it. I'm seeing tons of people on Instagram saying, hey, we're learning how to skate. It's awesome. And these videos on TikTok. I'm going to start doing duets on these videos on TikTok of everybody learning how to skate. So you guys jump in on it. Maybe we'll start a hashtag or something. But yeah, we're teaching the whole world how to skate, and you're part of the whole world. So it's time for you to learn. There's a lot of people that watch our videos that don't skateboard, and I want to tell you, you should start. It's really, really fun, and you'll have an absolute blast. Another couple points that I have to point out, I know I touched on this earlier, it's super, super key to bend your knees. When you're learning how to ride your board, bend your knees. I feel like every beginner skateboarder that I teach, they want to keep their knees very straight. Do not do that. Bend your knees. It might feel uncomfortable, it might feel not cool, but trust me, your balance is better, you're closer to the ground, you're that much safer. It is super, super important, so bend those knees, people. It'll help you a lot. I think one of the hardest parts, like when you're trying to skateboard, you say, I want to learn how to skateboard. You get a board. That first month, maybe it's 2 months, maybe it's 3 months, is really, really hard. There's not a lot of tricks that you can learn. We've made a couple videos of beginner tricks, 10 beginner tricks, which give you some easy ones like standing below the board, jumping up and flipping on it. And I say that's easy, but for a new skater, it's not easy. Nothing's easy. This can be very difficult. It can become very easy to lose your confidence, and it can become very easy for you to start to feel like, I can't do this, I'm a failure, I want to give it up. And then combined with maybe you posted some stuff on social media and somebody said that, and it kind of went along with your own maybe I can't. But I'm here to tell you, don't listen to that. You can learn how to skate. Be inspired and do it. So a huge piece of advice that helps me learn and helps me progress is that figure out something that you can do. Let's say you learned the push and that's what you can do. End your day on something that you can do, and ideally something that you learned how to do better that day. Maybe you didn't learn a full ollie, you didn't get the full ollie down. Maybe that day you just got better at this one step. You said, okay, I can step on the back of the board and that's what I can do. And today I've improved. The whole point of the whole learning system that I put together through the Skateboarding Made Simple video video series is that no matter where you are, you can always learn and you can always end your day on having improved. If you improve every single day, even a little bit, and you keep going, you keep working on it, every day that you can skate, if you get a little bit better, well, where are you gonna be in 6 months? Some of the Braille guys, I just look at their progression. It's unbelievable how many tricks they've learned and how good they've gotten and where they've come up to as a skateboarder from what they were back in the day. It's amazing. And how did they do it? They ended on something new that they learned, which also gave them a confidence boost, which made them feel, okay, I did improve. And just remember, improve a little bit every day and keep going. And you can't fail. Don't give up. Be safe. Take the proper safety precautions. Don't go, hey, I'm gonna start skateboarding. Let me go to the biggest hill in town. No, start where it's safe and get people to help you and use these tutorials. Get skateboarding made simple. It will help you. It is good. It teaches you practice steps that you can work on to improve. You guys got this. Another thing that can help is to find somebody to skate with. A lot of people will say, and they'll leave it in the comments on this video, I'm the only skater in my town. I feel the pain, dude. I feel it. If you can find somebody to skate with, it does help, especially if someone on your own skill level, because you guys can learn together. They can learn a trick and teach it to you. You can learn a different trick, teach it to them. But if you don't have anyone, let's say you're that one Braille Army member and you are in Antarctica and you're the only person there. There was a Braille Army member on the Braille app from Antarctica, and I do think it was a real person, although it might not be, and everybody's laughing at me right now. That's okay. But if you're in Antarctica and you're learning alone, well, hey, use your cell phone and film some tricks in, put them on TikTok and tag @BrailleSkate. And you never know, maybe I'll be the one personally teaching you through duets on TikTok how to skate. Wouldn't that be fun? I think it would be fun. There's also tons of these, we've made so many tutorial videos that even if you have no one, I want you to feel like I'm helping you. Even though I'm not there, this is all through the internet, I'm not there to say, hey, you got this. Maybe I should make a whole video of just different sayings of me saying, what? You got that. You could do that trick. We'll make a whole track. We'll make a mixtape of Aaron's inspirational comments that you can listen to while you're skating, after you skate, whenever you're feeling down. You could just hear me say, you got that. I know this is for super, super beginners, and I also know there's tons of people learning how to skate right now. And for the non-super beginners, I want to point out to you guys, this is our community. People are coming into our community. Don't complain, don't make fun of them. Do not call them posers, help them learn. We got to change the culture a little bit to be more accepting and to help people learn and grow and get better at skateboarding, because this is the thing that's going to grow skateboarding into the massive, amazing thing that we know and love that is skateboarding. Like, it has brought all of us as experienced skaters so much joy. Why would you not want to share that with another person? It doesn't take away from your joy to have another person feel the same good feelings that you get when you learn a trick. So let's help them have that same thing and build this incredible, amazing worldwide community, which we have. I thank you from the bottom of my heart, Braille Army. Let's go. If you guys enjoyed this video and you have any questions at all, leave it in the comments below. I would love to hear from brand new skaters what you're running into, what we can help you with, what more videos we can make that will help you, because I'm here to help you. Check out all those videos right there. Subscribe, like, leave a comment below, and you, yes you, learn how to ride a skateboard. It's your time. You got this. We got everything you need at brailleskateboarding.com. Let's go.